Hello again, I am back with another review. I'm on my laptop again, so I apologize if the quality of this video is not as good as it usually is with my digital camera. But I've been promising you guys a review of the Shiseido Perfect Refining Foundation, which I grabbed the wrong one. This is a foundation that I referenced in my last review, which was a review of the Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua. And this is what the packaging looks like. This is sort of a unique product. It's sort of marketed as a skin treatment and foundation in one. It's supposed to erase the look of pores, acne scars, skin roughness for an even perfect coverage all day long. It's one of those super liquidy foundation textures, really similar to the Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua and the Shiseido Sun Protection Liquid Foundation. It comes in a really itty bitty small bottle like this, but it is 30 ml with 1 fluid ounce, which is the same size fluid ounces as 99.9% of foundations. So if you look at the packaging in comparison to like Estee Lauder Double Wear, it looks a lot smaller because the bottle only goes up to here. But because the texture of this is so liquidy, it really just doesn't take up as much space. Another comparison to the Healthy Skin bottle, just to give you an idea of the size, it is pretty small. So, but I really do like it. It doesn't have a shaker in it, so when you shake it, you're not going to hear it the way you will if you shake up the Shiseido Sun Protection Liquid Foundation. When you shake that up, you can kind of hear this ball in there, and this one doesn't have a ball, which I guess that probably means it doesn't need to be mixed as well, because I assume that if it did need to be mixed, they would have included that kind of shaker ball in there. So this has SPF 16 in it, which is a little bit, but not a lot of SPF, so you can't count on a lot. And I have this in the color B20 Natural Light Beige, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you this is really not the right color for me. It's a little bit too pink. If I were to repurchase, I would get it in I-20. The darkness level is correct, but it is a little bit on the pink side, and I actually did know that going in, and I thought because this is a Japanese company that maybe their pinks would pull a little bit more beige, and I don't know, I do have kind of more of a pink undertone in my skin, but this one really does have quite a pink undertone. So I'm going to show you here, without even squeezing it, you can see that it's about to drop out. So you see that it just dropped out, and if you watch, it will start running. It's pretty slow, but it is moving. Unlike the Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua that is more creamy, this one is very liquidy. However, while it's more liquidy and more runny, it provides better coverage. As you can see, that is quite a bit of coverage there. Obviously, I haven't blended it all the way out. But to give you an idea of the color, that's B20. Again, peachy pink kind of undertone. I would call this medium coverage, medium to light. It is more coverage than the Vitalumiere Aqua, but definitely less coverage than this Liquid Sun Protection Foundation, which they're all that liquidy foundation, but they're definitely not the same in terms of coverage. All in all, I'm going to make this pretty quick. As far as the skin benefits, I haven't really been wearing this on a long enough basis to really be able to say if it's made my pores look smaller or if it's evened out my skin tone. I do think Shiseido, I'm sorry, I always say that wrong. I do think Shiseido puts a lot of research into their products, and Shiseido is probably one of my all-time favorite makeup brands, but I'm not sure that I saw any crazy difference in my skin, and the reason why I haven't really worn it for a long period of time is simply because this product just really doesn't last on my oily skin. When I was reading reviews for it, it was really marketed as, long wearing, semi-matte finish, light to medium coverage. It really sounded like everything that I loved in a foundation, just, maybe a little bit less coverage than the Shiseido Sun Protection Liquid Foundation, which is one of my favorite foundations. And in my experience, this stuff just really doesn't stick on your face. And I know that they have a primer, Perfect Refining Primer as well, which I don't own. It's like a $30 primer, and I have considered buying that, but I just feel like you shouldn't have to buy a $30 primer to get a foundation to stick to your face. Now, granted, if you have normal skin, you have normal to dry skin, this might last wonderfully on you. Just in my experience, it looks really beautiful when you first put it on. It's completely lightweight, good coverage, really nice kind of semi-matte finish. You really don't even need to set it with a powder. I really like how it looks in the first few hours, but as the day goes on, it just sort of gets almost too natural looking to the point where it literally looks like I have no makeup on. I can see all my freckles coming through. I can see all my blemishes coming through, and it gets this kind of sheen. So while it starts semi-matte, it gets very dewy very quickly. So I would caution you if you have super oily skin against this product. However, if you have like acne-prone skin, you have a lot of these issues with pores and skin texture and dullness and roughness, I would say give it a try. I mean, I really do think that there's a lot of science behind it. It really is a natural, flawless, lightweight finish when you first put it on. But for us oily skin girls, I mean, a primer would help, a powder would help, a setting spray would help, but at the end of the day, this stuff just didn't last for me. So while I think it's a really high quality product, I don't know that I would repurchase. It is about $35. Like I said, love the texture, love the finish, love the packaging, you know, plastic won't break. Really pretty good color selection. It comes in beige, which is pink, I, which is ivory, which is a more beigey yellow tone, and then O, which is ochre, which is like very yellow, kind of goldener, more goldeny tones. So if you're a normal kind of neutral to beige, I would say go with the I, ivory. If you're more pink, go with the B, beige. And if you're more of a very yellow skin type, go with the O for ochre. So anyways, I hope this was helpful. All in all, if you have oily skin, I just don't think that this is going to last very long. You could try mixing it in with another foundation. I think I had really high hopes because it was sort of marketed as this all-day wear, perfect coverage, semi-matte finish, and it says it's recommended for normal and combination skin with medium coverage. So maybe just my skin is a little too oily. I think maybe I would like it a little better in the winter time. But for a summer foundation for me, this just really hasn't stood up. Actually, I found the Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua actually lasted longer on me, which I was not expecting. So anyway, you guys, I hope this review was helpful. If you have any questions, just leave me a comment below. And thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Bye.